Well, she said she was going to file a divorce over 2 months ago. She hasn't. She does not respond to her texts, emails, or calls. She has a disposition hearing coming up. She's asked to go over the disposition with her attorney, and her attorney said no.
Wait a minute. Divorce? What does divorce have to do with this?
It's just part of, because there was some domestic violence.
Okay, but what does that have to do with your daughter's attorney-client relationship? This is The Secret, How to Fight CPS and Win. I'm attorney Vince Davis, and we're taking calls this evening. I think we're going to have a guest at 8:30 p.m. this evening, an attorney by the name of David Swartz, who's an expert in CPS law. Okay, let's take a call right now from Angel. Angel from the Big Bend state of Tennessee. Angel, did you have a story to tell or a question to ask?
I have a question to ask, and while I live in Tennessee, the case is actually for my daughter in New York. What does my daughter have to say to the court? She has court this Thursday to get another attorney. Her court-appointed attorney is just not responding and is she's just saying just go with whatever they say. That's the best thing to do.
How old is your daughter?
She's 26.
Wait a minute. She can't be a child in a CPS case.
No, her children were removed.
Her children were removed.
Yeah, her children were unjustly removed. Yes.
Okay.
So she has a case, and I'm just making calls because so many calls.
Okay. Now you remember this. I'm licensed in California. You're in Tennessee, and your daughter's in New York, and the case is in New York?
Yes.
Okay. So I can only answer that as if it were in California. And I did a video on this recently on the YouTube channel, and it talks about how to get another court-appointed attorney. And in California, anybody that has a court-appointed attorney in this type of case or in a criminal case or wherever, attorneys are appointed in California, you can ask the court for a motion, and it's done privately with just the attorney, the parent, and the judge and the court reporter. And it's called a Marsden motion. And I would bet $1 that they have something similar in in New York.
New York. Okay. Do I just call the clerk's office then?
No. You're going to have to, your daughter's going to have to do something. She's going to have to tell her attorney, probably in writing, that she doesn't want to work with him or her anymore, and the reasons why. Now, they have to be reasons, legitimate legal reasons. Like, it can't be because you have blonde hair. It has to be a legal reason,
Well, she said she was going to file a divorce over 2 months ago. She hasn't. She does not respond to her texts, emails, or calls. She has a disposition hearing coming up. She's asked to go over the disposition with her attorney, and her attorney said no.
Wait a minute. Divorce. What does divorce have to do with this?
It's just part of, because there was some domestic violence.
Okay, but what does that have to do with your daughter's attorney-client relationship?
Her attorney said she would be filing a divorce because it would look good in the court's eyes. So
her attorney
said she was going to do that.
Okay, hold on a second. So her attorney is not a court-appointed attorney, apparently.
It is a court-appointed attorney.
A court-appointed attorney in a CPS case would file a divorce for her?
That's what she said.
Oh.
She went in and filed the paperwork and everything.
That's a new one on me.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe things are different in New York, right? But, you have to come up with a legal reason. And she, it might be helpful if she talks to another attorney in New York and, and does a little research on her own to find out what the right things are to say to get rid of your court-appointed attorney in New York.
Okay. Yeah, we've called over 120 attorneys so far.
In New York?
And no one, yep. And the minute I say CPS, they say we don't take CPS. And that's it. That's the end of the conversation.
Well, you're fishing in the wrong pond. You have to call CPS attorneys.
Yes, I Googled CPS defense attorneys in the area. We've gone through 4 counties, and I can't find one. I've used FindLaw, Justia, Avo,
okay, so
your page.
Here's what you should do. In the future, probably not now, go to cpsattorneyrolodex.com. But right now, you should call the bar associations of major New York counties or cities and say,
yeah,
hey,
I called the bar association in her area, and they said there isn't any.
What? Well, I don't want to ask you her area. Well, there's other counties in New York.
Yeah.
And
I can do that. I didn't know I could go other counties.
Oh,
so.
you can go other states. You know,
okay.
One of the callers before you, we were talking about pro hac vice. But
yes, I heard that.
But go to, wherever New York City is, whatever county is that, call the bar association there, because I've talked to attorneys that do CPS defense work in New York City.
Okay.
So, that's probably the most populous county other than Los Angeles, and I'm sure you'll be able to find someone there.
Yeah, we're actually trying to raise money to hire you, but we're working on it.
That would be very expensive for me to fly back to New York to do this case. Financially, you'd be better.
All through.
Financially, you'd be better off finding somebody like in New York City.
Yeah, they're all virtual at the moment, but that could change.
New York is virtual right now?
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of California is as well, not all, but a lot of it is also virtual. And I think, from what I'm hearing on the news, COVID is going down, so hopefully, courtrooms will be opening up in a few more months, maybe, I guess.
Okay, I'll try to find one maybe in New York City. I hadn't gone that far yet, so.
Okay. Angel, thank you very much for calling. Thank you for listening. And, in a few weeks, give us an update. Tell us who you found or if you found anyone. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Angel, for calling. All right. So we have a few minutes before the next break. Hopefully we're going to be able to get David Schwartz on the line so he can tell us about, I should have thought of this. I think David's from New York. I hope the last call from Tennessee with the New York case, you're listening, because I think David is from New York, although I might be mistaken. So please stay tuned. All right, we're going to take a break now. This is The Secret, How to Fight CPS and Win.